What if I told you that not everything about Battlefield Hardline is perfect? Is your brain exploding inside that tiny little head of yours?
Hey O'Brien, roll the intro! Yeah, no, the new one!
Yes, folks, I am back. It's been a few days, I know, since I've uploaded anything. But as you can see, I was very busy doing some renovations in the graphics department, and I hope it paid off, really do. I hope you guys like them. Otherwise, that would have been an awful waste of time. Speaking of renovations, weapon history. Remember that little show? Well, it is coming back, folks. I promise this time. It has also totally been reworked, and the first episode will launch during the first week of Hardline. Of the release of Hardline. You probably got that. So if you want to start submitting your weapons that you want me to cover first, well, let me know in the comments, and I will get to it. So, what is new? What did we miss? Well, we have dino masks now in the game. That is, yeah, that's a thing. Now we can finally say that there are dinosaurs in Battlefield. Well, sort of. I quite like it, to be honest. In fact, I think it's a great idea to implement something like this into the game. But a lot of people think it's not that good of an idea, because if you decide to equip one of these masks, you give up one of your gadget slots. So you could possibly find yourself in a situation where you're out in the desert, all by yourself, with a car that's about to explode. And there's this one mechanic with you that could possibly save both your lives by repairing that one vehicle, again, that is about to explode. But he can't, because his face looks like a rubberized dinosaur. So I can understand the anger some people are feeling, and I don't really understand why they had to make it so that the actual mask takes up one of your slots, one of your gadget slots. They could have just made it one of the camos, you know, like put it in a camo slot, or just make a separate mask tab where you can equip them, so you wouldn't really have to give anything up and it wouldn't actually affect the gameplay. They could also make the unlocking of the mask themselves really hard, so instead of giving up a gadget slot, you would basically give up your precious time trying to complete some sort of crazy assignment in order to have your precious mask. But me personally, I don't really care that much, in the sense that I don't think the masks are a bad thing at all. It's a funny add-on to the game, and it's essentially going to be like the Black Shark camo in Battlefield 4. Everyone's going to try it out, everyone's going to try and unlock it. They're gonna have a little bit of fun with it, and then when everyone has had their fun, it's just gonna be part of the game and no one will really pay any attention to it anymore. So now that that's out of the way, as much as I like Hardline, I still think it is not a flawless title. There are a couple of issues I have with the game. Not all of them are a big concern or a major letdown or anything like that, but they are worthy of discussion because I don't think I'm the only one with these concerns. I also made clear in the title that this is what this video was going to be about, so I kinda have to do this thing now. So, recoil. There's plenty of that in Hardline, but it seems that they forgot to check the add recoil box on some of the weapons. Let's take the M16 for example. It's a great weapon, it's got very little recoil, fast rate of fire, and a very tight spread. Now if you compare that to the AKM, that powerhouse just goes flying in every direction when you fire it. Now I really like the addition of the added recoil in Hardline. I think it's a wonderful thing, but when you implement such things, you really need to make sure that they are balanced. And the M16 versus the AKM example is not balanced. It's not balanced at all. So it would be great to see that being balanced as soon as possible. Address this issue, please. Now I'm sure they will eventually get around to do that sooner or later. I mean, Visceral seems to take balancing very seriously. And this time around, we're dealing with a Battlefield title with a development team that actually takes a close look at the community feedback and actually gets involved. So if any more balancing issues do occur in Hardline, I think it's the kind of issue that will be looked after and patched very quickly and hopefully efficiently as well. Now on to main issue numero 2, destruction. Where is it? Have you seen any? Because I, unfortunately, have seen very little to none significant environmental destruction in Hardline. And that, my dear friends, makes Dolce cry and a little bit sad on the inside. I believe that was Italian, the accent. It's a shame to see such a rich feature in the Battlefield games disappear. I remember when the reveal trailer hit the internet, they dedicated pretty much a whole segment to destruction in Hardline, promising all sorts and kinds of HD micro-destruction, but unfortunately, there has yet to be found any. Now, does it currently take anything away from the game, or does it break it in any shape or form? No, but it could definitely add a lot to it. Like, for example, the little houses on Dust Bowl, they don't really add anything when it comes to actual gameplay. Most of them are just there for the sole purpose of cover and visual entertainment. Now you see, my question is, why is it that I am not allowed to blow it the fuck up? Same with the motel. I understand that it is a key point on the map and the art department had spent many hours designing it, and I respect that, I really do. But I also really want to blow shit up. It's really fun. I like to poke holes through it so I can fire at the enemy that's behind one of those walls, camping in the motel. It's fun. It's entertaining. For God's sakes, it's explosions. Everyone loves explosions. The destruction can only add something to the gameplay experience of Hardline, and it's a shame that we're seeing so little of it in the game. Or at least until now, because I do think that some of the maps will feature a lot more destruction and destructible environments on maps such as Hollywood Heights, for example. Now, a lot of it might actually have to do with the actual Frostbite engine, and it would not surprise me if all that flying debris would cause some funkiness on the servers and make the game do things it's not supposed to. The Frostbite engine is, after all, a very complex engine that has gone through its fair share of critique and abuse. Is it a he or a she? I'm not really sure. Anyways, if it's a technical issue, which I suspect it most likely is, I understand, because there's no point of putting in a feature if that feature does not do what it is supposed to do. I guess all I'm saying is, I miss destruction. Now, there's also been some talk of pre-order bonuses in Hardline, and as you can imagine, when it comes to pre-orders and the perks that come along with it, that usually doesn't spark the most joyful of conversations. When you pre-order the deluxe version of the game, you apparently get access to 3 special weapons in-game. It has been confirmed which ones they are, but they are most likely an assault rifle, some sort of DMR, and an LMG. But the official Battlefield Twitter account did tweet this out. Now, no other official statement has been made after that tweet, but needless to say that a lot of people are very angry after hearing this, especially those who actually have pre-ordered the regular version of the game. And I guess you could call it some sort of Day 1 DLC. Now, is this a bad thing? Well, when it comes to the weapons, you never really know. If they have identical stats to other weapons in-game, then no, because it wouldn't really give you any sort of advantage on the battlefield, and if that's not the case, then it's not an issue. However, if that is the case, then it is an issue. Now, I'm not really affected by any of this, since I'm one of the few ones that actually hasn't pre-ordered a game since GTA 4. Okay, 4, that's a long time ago. Just because I wanted to make sure that they didn't sell off my copy to someone else. But nowadays, they like to lure us in with little special digital trinkets, or whatever you want to call them. However, I could personally not care less, but I do know that's not the case for everyone. There are people out there who do care about that sort of stuff, and having to pay $10 extra for Day 1 available content that could potentially give you an advantage in multiplayer is not right at all. Just make it a cosmetic trinket, or just something that anyone could unlock at any point in the game just by, well, playing the game. But that's all I'm gonna say about that, folks. Leave your thoughts on this in the comments down below, because I do think it is a discussion worth having. And also, let me know if there's anything you would like to see changed, fixed, removed from Battlefield Hardline. I would love to hear all about that stuff down below. I want to thank you guys for watching. You guys are awesome. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and if you enjoyed the new graphics. Do share the video if you want to help out the show, or the channel. This isn't really a show, it's just a commentary. Why did I say that? My name is Dolce, and I will never ever masturbate again. Really, this time.